Welcome to Monster Men.
Bumble!
Bumbles bounce!
No! Jesus. Stay there.
Today on Monster Men, we are talking about one of the king daddies of them all.
The monster that got us started is probably Little Monster Men when we were tiny little boys. I was wearing Iron Man underoos, and I bet you were wearing Batman.
Wonder Woman? I mean, yes, Aquaman. We are talking about Bigfoot.
Sasquatch.
The northern people might call him the Yeti.
In Florida, they call him Skunk Ape.
Wow.
Yes, Bigfoot, I think, is... that was probably my first big-time monster that I was interested in when I was a kid.
There was two sources of Bigfoot info for us. It was In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy.
Yes.
And books like The Time Life Mysteries of the Unknown, which is a whole How I Met Your Mother about these Time Life books.
Oh, these Time Life books were awesome.
Yeah. And of course, there's the famous Bigfoot film.
Oh, the Patterson film. Shot in the late 60s or something. I watched a lot of that Patterson film over and over again the other day, so I was ready for this episode. And I noticed it had boobs. Bigfoot had boobs.
Big boobs.
It did have big boobs, which made me think, I said, well, if this was a fake, why would you go to the lengths of making a big-boobed Bigfoot?
I gotta go back and look at this footage now, because I never noticed knockers on Bigfoot.
You have to. In fact, I think at one point...
Because one woman, like, we have a high heel as a footprint.
So I'm going out. But yeah, that was shot by this guy.
Bigfoot was seen in 9 West.
I'm a thigh 93.
Melvin Marcos. So, Bigfoot, you've been hot on Bigfoot now, so what do you got for me? I know there's a show about tracking Bigfoot that I've watched once in a while. What's it called?
It's Finding Bigfoot on Animal Planet. And it falls in line of all the Para TV shows, and it's got this guy, what's his name? Something Moneymaker. I swear to God, that's his name. Oh, I have it written down here somewhere.
Shake your money maker.
Matt Moneymaker.
Matt Moneymaker.
Who is a professional Bigfoot hunter.
See, now, a professional Bigfoot hunter is... My friend Tom and I always saw these things like UFOologist. Like, how do you get that job?
All right, UFOologist I can almost see, because maybe this is a person that joined MUFON at one point, and they're very into UFOs. And
What the hell is MUFON?
It's the Mutual UFO Network.
It sounds a little too close to another mutuals.
No, and it's not Mutual of Omaha. But yeah, this guy spends his life looking for Moneymaker for Bigfoot. But he looks for something that's going to make him some money off of Bigfoot.
Yeah, ironically, well, the guy whose name is Moneymaker.
Yeah, it's
he's got his own TV show, so he is making money tracking Bigfoot. That's the way to do it.
I think it's in its 2nd season. And then here's the amazing thing: if you watch the show, you realize you're not going to see a damn thing. He's not going to find anything, because if he found Bigfoot, it's hitting the news before the show ever gets on. So it's just a lot of, green screen, and they're in there and they're looking for Bigfoot. You just have to watch it for the fun of it, and for the redneck guy Bobo, who's his assistant.
Oh my God, I gotta see the show. There's like a red-haired guy.
Bobo wears these big-ass trucker hats that he literally just probably got from the Piggly Wiggly, and they'll sit there and he'll be like, yes, look at that eye shine over there. You see eye shine?
Eye shine.
Yes.
It's a Bigfoot term.
In there. But
yeah, I've seen eye shine at the beach at night when raccoons are coming to the garbage pails.
So they see a lot of eye shine in the woods. And they call Sasquatches squatches.
Squatches.
And the best is they'll walk to an area that's got, like, it looks like it's wooded and everything. It's got some water, and they'll go, this looks very squatchy. Dude, it's the funniest damn show on TV.
Have to check it out.
Without meaning to be funny, I think.
There's a lot of proof against Bigfoots because they're not finding remains of dead Bigfoots, and they're
Right.
not finding droppings.
They don't find droppings. They found plenty of people found hair samples that they take, and they do DNA testing on the hair, and it matches no known hair samples. So there's probably a dozen or more folks out there who have gotten untainted hair samples that nobody could tell you whether it's primate or an animal. They don't know. That's the closest bit of evidence, along with some of the videos, aside from the Patterson film. There's been others.
You know what has a good show about Bigfoot is MonsterQuest.
Yeah, MonsterQuest does a couple of things on Bigfoot.
And they do some of that like CG Bigfoot stuff.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, like they show like the dramatization with like Bigfoot in somebody's backyard, and it's like a CG Bigfoot, but they put it in the shadows.
Right.
So, and I'm like, oh, if I was 12 years old, this would be the greatest thing I ever saw in my life.
I think they even did. If any of you seen the movie The Legend of Boggy Creek, which was like a Bigfoot in like Alabama or something. MonsterQuest does it, and their budget to do the CGI for the Bigfoot was more than probably that whole movie would ever take to be made.
What's the name of the Bigfoot movie that you liked as a kid? That Morgan saw too?
Oh yeah, I thought it was The Legend of Bigfoot, but it wasn't. It was something else. I just watched The Legend of Bigfoot, which is basically a nature show with bad narration. It's terrible.
The one that we found was oh no. The other thing was, remember the show ISIS?
Oh, with the Shazam ISIS hour, and they had
Yeah.
Bigfoot and Wild Boy.
Yeah, well, there's an ISIS episode with Bigfoot, and D'Annunzio from Caddyshack is in it. You don't get no coke.
But you got anybody who grew up in the '70s might remember after Land of the Lost was on, they would have Bigfoot and Wild Boy. Wild Boy! And this feral kid.
Where Duran, Wild Boys.
And then the greatest show of all time with Bigfoot.
$6 Million Man.
Absolutely.
It was Andre the Giant.
Was it Andre the Giant?
Andre the Giant.
Because I remember we were talking about it, we thought it was Richard Keel.
Yeah, no, I fact-checked it last time.
Nice.
It was Andre the Giant. And that was the greatest episode of $6 Million Man.
I wish I could watch that again. I gotta find that on.
It's gotta be on YouTube.
Show
me a beer. Yeah. So for me, Bigfoot is a robotic protector of an alien race that hides in the northern woods. Now, one thing MonsterQuest was talking about is that there's Bigfoots all over the country or all over the world.
There have been Bigfoot sightings everywhere, including Connecticut, New York. Pine Bush, New York is up in Orange County, not far from here, where I used to, in the 90s, do UFO investigating when there was the whole Hudson Valley UFO flap. We have to dedicate an episode to the Pine Bush treks that I used to do.
We'll drive up there.
We should. But there were Bigfoot sightings up there around the Jewish cemetery, which was also had all kinds
I can't believe this.
phenomena. There's a Bigfoot in my house.
Sasquatch, happy Hanukkah.
But I mean, I don't think there's a state in the union that hasn't had Bigfoot sightings. But they're prevalent in Washington State, Texas.
Washington State is always the big. What about Yetis? Are they just white Bigfoots, or are they different animals?
They think that they're the same animal, just on a different
Are
continent.
their feet as big?
Yes. Although, it's hard to tell in the snow. Because say you walked in the snow and you did a footprint, and then there's rain, and the footprint grows as it starts to melt and refreeze. So you're tiny,
or it snows again and covers the tracks.
That's always a problem with Bigfoot. But there have been
Like
major expeditions of people that have found Bigfoot tracks that weren't there to find Bigfoot. They were there to explore.
Did you find the abominable snowman? Not Yeti.
But they do think, and this is my favorite word that comes out of Bigfoot lore, they do think that Bigfoot is an offshoot of Gigantopithecus. That is the greatest word to pull out in any conversation with Bigfoot.
Gigantopithecus?
Yes. So next time you're talking to somebody about Bigfoot, it's some version of, I think, half man, half ape in the evolutionary chain before we became full upright primates. There was Gigantopithecus that had this huge
Are those the guys
skull.
on the Geico commercials?
The Gigantopithecus would kick their asses. So
It's so easy, even a Gigantopithecus can do it.
Next time you talk to someone about Bigfoot, just go, you know, I think that they are related to Gigantopithecus.
There's offshoot of the Gigantopithecus.
And then somebody say, I want to play Trivial Pursuit against that guy.
So have you ever had when you were up in doing your investigations, did you see a footprint?
No.
Have you ever actually seen one of those plaster casts of a...
Yes.
That's what I want to get. I want to go on... If anybody is on vacation in the northern woods of Washington and you see Bigfoot molds, at least take a picture of it for us.
And
we
where
would
do you
love
get the plastic
we would love to have one on the set of Monster Man.
Yeah, I want it complete with all the twigs and the rocks that got pulled up from the ground.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen a Bigfoot. In fact, I didn't.
My friend has a thing called Sandy Foot, where you take your kids to the beach and you do their footprint in the sand, and then you do the molds.
Right.
She could totally spin that off into into a Bigfoot hunting kit.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna get a piece of that, Allie. I'm gonna.
I did find something you'll like, because we grew up on In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy.
Oh yeah. And
to me, just his voice. If he's talking about something that's paranormal or monsterish, and you got like that music, it immediately scares the hell out of you. I was trying to look for more Bigfoot stuff. I pulled up the show Ancient Mysteries that used to be on, I think, A&E or one of those channels.
Yeah.
He narrated them. So, and this was like in their early
I probably
2000s.
confused that with In Search Of when I was like, well, I was probably watching that thinking and watching In Search Of.
I just happened to come across that and I'm like, oh my god, Leonard Nimoy is narrating more Bigfoot stuff. I immediately, sitting in my chair, felt like that.
When you were a kid, did you care more about Bigfoot or UFOs or like the Loch Ness Monster?
I cared more about UFOs. Only because Bigfoot to me was far away, Loch Ness Monster was in Scotland, but UFOs could be anywhere.
Could be right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I said, for me, Bigfoot was definitely like something that it was part of the paranormal,
the pantheon of the paranormal.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was more like I said, it was $6 Million Man, and the TV shows that had a Bigfoot episode. The other Harry and the Hendersons, I never gave a rip about.
Oh no, but I mean, yeah, that's the thing. We grew up at an age where Bigfoot was kind of funny.
Although one of the best things that ever happened to Bigfoot is the is it Jack Link's beef jerky has the messing with Sasquatch
yeah
commercials. Those are hilarious. Messing with Sasquatch.
One thing I did learn, Leif Erikson encountered Bigfoot when they came over here with the Vikings.
Wow, I wonder if Leif Garrett ever did. That could have been what messed him up.
Is he Leif or Leif?
Leif.
Leif.
He was made for dancing all night long. Really? So the Vikings...
the Vikings, there were Indian petroglyphs of, well...
Petroglyph.
I like that. I'm pulling out all the Gigantopithecus, petroglyphs. Yeah, but there are old Indian petroglyphs
Bumble.
of Bigfoot. There's bumbles! See, when you want to be a dentist, you can take all the bumble's teeth away.
That's if I encountered a Bigfoot, I would neutralize it by removing its teeth.
Now here's the deal. If you saw a Bigfoot and it was bearing down on you, would you film it or shoot it?
Shoot it. I shoot it and then I take pictures of its corpse and then I would make a lot of money from being the guy who found Bigfoot.
I'd probably shoot it.
I changed my pants after I shot it.
I will tell everybody, there's Bigfoot. There's a lot of Bigfoot documentaries out there. Bigfoot Lives, which is there's a movie called Not Your Typical Bigfoot Movie, and it follows the life of these two regular dudes, older guys, Dallas and Wayne. They're best buds, and they are amateur Bigfoot investigators. And it follows them trying to find Bigfoot and how...
Bigfoot's attacking me.
It follows them as they're trying to find Bigfoot, and they have no money, and they need money to do these things, and their friendship falls apart at one point. You gotta watch it just for the psychology of people who do this and are really into it, and also just to see about friendship.
A movie or like a documentary?
It's a documentary. It won a few independent film awards. It's really a great documentary.
I never heard of that. I'll have to check that out.
It's not so much about Bigfoot, but it's about people who dedicate their lives to finding Bigfoot. And specifically these two guys, it's heartbreaking.
I think it's MonsterQuest had a pretty good one. Or maybe it's the show you're talking about.
Gee, everything's falling.
Where they found a shelter made of sticks.
Oh yes.
And they try and rebuild it, and they're saying they couldn't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it, Captain.
So you're telling me that a Squatch knows better than you how to build a shelter out of some sticks and leaves?
Well, a bird can, and you can't.
Why? I can.
You can't make a bird nest.
There's
like
a
that.
special kind of regurgitant that you have to put into the twigs, and that helps make them pliable.
Regurgitant. You are a captain vocabulary.
I'm on a roll this episode. So I think, you know what? I don't know if Bigfoots exist. I mean, I honestly don't. But I'm fascinated by the topic. They could.
Do you think that Bigfoot would appreciate the nickname Bigfoot, or you think they're conscious of it? Be like calling him Big Nose or something. Like a chick, don't. Well, God, I'm very sensitive about my feet. Can you please call me Sasquatch?
Oh,
does Sasquatch mean Bigfoot, or does it mean something else?
It means something else.
We'll look it up in post-production.
Yeah, no, we call him Bigfoot because the cast, what they see is Bigfoot. But Sasquatch means... I think
she's a big
foot. I think Sasquatch means something like defender of the hills or something. Something like that, because there's something where they defend mountains, and they're the watchers of the mountains.
Champion of the sun.
Jack's just going to sing the best of Bigfoot-related songs.
That's Gay Man. Fighter of the Night Man.
Let me get my Green Man costume.
He's a master of karate and friendship for everyone. Ah!
So, you know what? To tell you the truth, I'm 43 years into, Bigfoot, and I have no idea whether it's real or not. But
now I want to make a trek up to your place, and I want people to tell us if they've ever had a Bigfoot encounter, or if you've ever seen Bigfoot souvenirs in a... Because that's always you see those on the documentaries. They're like, we sell gift shop full of Bigfoot stuff. I'm not like, where's this gift shop? I want to buy... My God, when I come back with gifts for everybody, hey, I got your Bigfoot shirt.
I want a replica plaster cast of a Bigfoot. I know. They're not around here where we are, unfortunately.
Send us your Bigfoot stuff.
Tell us if you believe it or not.
Yeah, Bigfoot, big lie.
Mm-hmm. Big hoax.
Big truth.
And, totally unrelated to Bigfoot, my book, Forest of Shadows, is out in print. So if you do pick up a copy, please hit me up on my website, huntershade.com. There's a place to contact me. Let me know you got it. I'll send you some signed stuff and a goodie bag to thank you. And
this is a good book. First couple of chapters kick you in the nuts.
That's what it's all about.
It's good stuff.
But no big feet. Although Mark Zaccaria, who was my brother-in-law at one point, did point out, he asked if this was about Bigfoot because of the title. Mark, you could pass for a Bigfoot, by the way.
Awesome. Okay. Well,
happy hunting. Go out there and look for Bigfoot, and make sure you wear your Bigfoot hat.
And as they say in the northern woods, Sasquatch.